When it first debuted in 2010, the GMC Terrain was just another regular compact SUV. It shared the same engine and identical chassis with the Chevrolet Equinox, its brother. The Terrain was a more luxurious alternative to the Equinox. It had a better interior, exterior, and was just overall better aesthetically. The first generation ran from 2010 to 2017. When it finally got redesigned in 2018, the GMC Terrain really stood out from the crowd. It has now become one of the best-selling compact SUVs in the market. Now, as you can see, this interior is very nice, considering this is only the SLE trim, the most basic trim. It has leather-wrapped steering wheel, your 7-inch infotainment system. It has dual-zone climate control, electronic gear shifter, USB ports, push-button ignition, different drive modes, everything you would really want. Also heated seats. So let's go ahead and check out the exterior. Turn on our headlights and the hazards. And because this is the SLE trim, both of the front windows are fully automatic up and down. Now here are your tires. They are 19-inch black aluminum wheels riding on Kinergy GT tires. And this exterior color is known as slate metallic. Under the hood, you'll find a 1.5-liter dual overhead cam turbo 4-cylinder engine that produces 170 horsepower and 200 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. You do get 25 miles a gallon in the city and 30 on the highway. Now, I love how sharp looking the Terrain is. It's just so nice. I love the rear end and the front end. This one does have some packages, such as the elevation package, which makes some emblems in the vehicle be black, such as the SLE badge is black, the Terrain badge is black, and your wheels are black also. Also has the driver's convenience package, which has amenities such as dual zone climate control, lane keep assist, and all of those good stuff that vehicles nowadays have. Your black Terrain badging, as well as your black SLE badging right here. You do get keyless entry on all 4 doors. Your door panels, all of this is soft touch. And I am not a fan of this fake wood grain. As you can see, it does have a jet black cloth interior with orange stitching on the seats, with your power driver seat, power recline, lumbar, and everything's electronic. But sadly, where I usually sit in this vehicle, it's all manual. I wish they would have made the passenger seat powered also. Go ahead and roll up the windows, turn off our hazards and the headlights. Your gauges are right here. I just like these gauges a lot. They're so nice and simple. With your screen in the middle, and as you can see, it does have a 4-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel. Your gear shifter is controlled by these buttons right here. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the Terrain has a 9-speed automatic transmission with lower gear selection and manual shiftability. And when you place it into reverse, it does come equipped with a backup camera that has trajectory lines that determine when you turn the steering wheel. You can also choose to turn them off if you wanted to. You'll just have a regular backup camera. But when I have my backup camera, I do prefer for it to have trajectory lines and move. It helps me a lot while backing up. And you also have all of your stereo mounted controls to interact with your screen right here in the middle and the infotainment system. Now my uncle acquired this car only 1 week ago and has 303 miles on it. It's a lot of miles in a week. Let's go over some of the functions. So I have your collision alert. You can set your following distance, either if you want your following distance to be for 1 car, 2 cars, or 3 cars. Your digital speedometer. Here tells you your timer, time you've been driving. You can start or stop that. Your trip A and average fuel economy, trip B, fuel range, oil life, tire pressures, average speed, and your timer. Once again, let's go ahead and put it in digital speedometer. You can adjust your infotainment system. You can, mess around with the settings. And this steering wheel is so nice and light. I love how smooth the steering is. You have your turn signal controls and wiper controls mounted on the steering column, as well as your 2 air vents and your 7-inch infotainment system with audio, phone with your Wi-Fi, as well as settings. You can adjust the time and date. Lots of things here you can adjust to your liking, your apps, vehicle, rear seat reminder, climate control, lighting, power door locks, remote start, teen driver, all those things you can adjust. You do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is excellent. I must have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in a car. And your OnStar. Now here you have your OnStar button. And you also have your phone button. Now down here you do have your Wi-Fi. Displays the temperature and the time. And here are all of your hard buttons to interact with the infotainment system. Hazards. Let's go ahead and turn them off. And I love it. It has dual zone climate control. Oh, this is so awesome. The Golf didn't have dual zone climate control. It had manual climate control. So for example, when I was cold and my uncle was hot, we had to be fighting over if we would make the climate hotter or colder. But now we don't have to do that anymore. Now we can adjust it to our own desire and liking. As I said, your gear shifter right here, once again, electronically controlled. And you can go through all of the 9 gears manually. I don't know why you would do that in this car. This is meant to just drive around the city, not be shifting it up and down like a crazy maniac. Now you do have a USB-C, USB and aux jack, as well as a 12-volt power outlet, a small cubby to store a phone. You do get 3-stage heated seats for the front driver and passenger, and you can't actually make the whole seat heat up at the same time. You can either heat up the back portion or you can heat up the bottom portion where your butt goes. And since you're in a car, as my social studies teacher always says, if your butt's not in the chair, you're doing it wrong. That's exactly what you have to do in a car. If your butt's in the chair, you're doing it wrong. You do get cruise control and your lane departure assist, so the terrain will actually steer for you if you're going out of your lane, which is a fantastic feature. We actually tried it out the other day and it actually steered, which was amazing. You also get your different drive modes, only 2 drive modes, your normal mode, and you also get snow mode, even though this is not an all-wheel drive vehicle. So normal mode is used for everyday driving, when there isn't any snow outside, but snow mode is just used when you need extra traction, when the roads are icy and slippery, and salty even, because they salt the roads when it snows outside. You do get a leather armrests with lots of space, as well as a small cubby compartment right there on the right to put some very tiny items such as headphones, like earbuds, not big headphones, tiny headphones. You do get your glove box, a small compartment to put an older phone maybe, your rear view mirror with your sunglasses holder, and you also get your LED lights up here, and you can control if you want the lights to turn on when you open the door of the car. You also have all your emergency services. You get 2 cubby spaces down here to store some small items, which is pretty neat. Now I have to say, this terrain's power steering is literally weightless, super effortless. I'm not even using my fingers. Like seriously, look at this. It is so effortless, so nice and light. Can you use my pinky? Look at this. It's just amazing. I love soft steering wheels. You also get an electronic parking brake. It's in a rather odd place, but it's not bad where they placed it. I mean, it's still pretty good, but I wish I would have placed it in the console, like, where the cup holders are, where the drive modes are. I wish they would have put the electronic parking brake there instead of on the dash, on the left portion of the dashboard. So here's a glimpse of your rear seats. They are very comfortable. Even though they might not look that comfortable, they're still really comfortable. So up here you do have soft touch. All this is soft touch, except in the areas you would expect it to not be soft touch. And I have so much room back here. The seats lined up with the B-pillar and have so much room. Look at this. It's insane. Insane. It's like the room you would find in the Toyota Highlander. Of course, in the second row. You also get your 2 air vents back here, as well as 2 USB ports. As well as a cloth armrest that reveals 2 cup holders. And I have to say, this armrest is a little bit out of place, which makes it not look very good. But I mean, that's just a minor defect, minor flaw. So here's what it looks like from the rear seats. Now let's go ahead and check out the cargo space, another area where the terrain really excels. I really love this easy fuel system. You can just put the gas fuel pump right in there, and then it's so easy. You don't have to work with the cap or anything. You just put in the nozzle in the little hole and you start filling up. It's so nice and simple. So right here you have some electronic stuff. Actually, at first thought it was a little cubby space, but it's just a place where there's lots of wires. Now, as you can see, there is so much room back here. You can fit a dog, maybe 2 dogs. Maybe a dog can sleep here with their bed. You can fit lots of groceries. You also have space under there. It's very versatile. You can fit lots of items. So let's go ahead and close it. Close the latch. Unfortunately, you do not have a power lift gate, but this is the SLE trim. In the SLT trim and higher, you can get a power lift gate. So that really concludes the 2021 GMC Terrain SLE Elevation. I hope you guys like my uncle's new car. His old car was falling apart and had a lot of money, $5,000 worth in repairs. So this is a huge upgrade. As you can see, the vehicle did beep a couple of times, letting me know to check out the rear seats, just in case if there's any children, pets, or babies in the back seat. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.